Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Mehjabeen. Today would like to talk about delusion techniques in A.C.T and explain about cognitive delusion techniques to reduce the impact of negative thoughts and emotions, and offer interactive exercises for viewers to practice delusion strategies. And then A.C.T for anxiety disorders, and we'll discuss how A.C.T principles can be applied to manage symptoms of anxiety disorders, and share some success stories and testimonials from the individuals who have benefited from A.C.T for anxiety. What do you mean by cognitive diffusion techniques? So, cognitive diffusion techniques are strategies used in A.C.T to help individuals distance themselves from unwanted thoughts and emotions. Instead of seeing thoughts as literal truths or command, diffusion encourages viewing them as a mental event that do not have to dictate behavior. This helps reduce to power and impact of negative thoughts and emotions, and allowing individuals to respond more flexibly and in line with their values. The key techniques for cognitive diffusion: just labeling thoughts, like simply noticing and labeling a thought as just a thought, like I am having the thought that, for example, so and so, can help create distance from it. It's like a negative thought and you're going to labeling it. Like most of the anxiety patients, they go through with the thoughts like I'm gonna die, and there are lots of fears, the thoughts, maybe different issues, so that you can label it and just label it, and then okay, work it on that. Comes the silly voice techniques. Repeating a distressing thought in a silly voice or with exaggerated intonation can diminish its seriousness and emotional impact. And the word repetition. And the word repetition is like repeating a single word from a troubling thought over and over until it loses its meaning and power. Like anything, it can be like it's like bothering you always, it's there in your mind. You can pick up those few thoughts and just keep repeating, and that will make a difference. Now, next comes objectifying thoughts. So, visualizing thoughts as external objects like leaves on a stream as external objects, and like leaves, a stream, or clouds in the sky passing by without attachment. And the next is about thanking your mind, like acknowledging your mind for generating thoughts. Thank you, mind, can help create non judgmental distance from them. Like thanking your mind and thanking people, your family, your friends, thanking in your environment someone you have never thanked them, acknowledge them. That will really bring immense difference in your life. Interactive exercises for practicing diffusion strategies, like thought labeling exercise. Write down a distressing thought, then rewrite it stating with I am having the thought that, and notice the difference in how it feels. How I have mentioned in the previous, like labeling thought, it would be really easy for you to identify. The next is silly voice exercise. Take a negative thought and repeat it in a silly voice. It may be funny, like a cartoon character or a famous actor, until it starts to feel less threatening. Like you may not feel that much intense, very negative, unless you feel that it's like something which I was really stuck into that, and it was really bothering me. So until that, you have to keep repeating this exercise. And the next comes word repetition exercise. Choose a keyword from a negative thought. For example, like failure. Always people say, I'm failure, I'm this, so and so, blah blah. So that also you can pick up the few thoughts which is keep repeating it. And that thought you repeat it aloud continuously for 1 minute and notice how its meaning starts to change. Yeah. Then leaves on a stream. Visualization. Close your eyes and visualize placing each thought on a leaf and letting it float down a stream. That's amazing. You have to do this. And practice this for 5 to 10 minutes, observing thoughts without getting caught up in them. And then thanking your mind exercise. Okay. So, whenever a negative thought arises, say thank you, mind, and continue with your activity, acknowledging a thought without engaging with it. Applying A.C.T principles to manage anxiety disorders. So, A.C.T can be highly effective in managing anxiety disorders by helping individuals changing their relationships with anxiety rather than trying to eliminate it. This involves accepting anxiety as a normal part of life and diffusing from anxious thoughts and commitment to actions aligned with personal values. Then the key principle in A.C.T for anxiety. First is the acceptance, learning to accept anxiety instead of struggling against it can reduce its intensity and impact. And then is cognitive diffusion. Using diffusion techniques to detach from anxious thoughts, viewing them as a passing mental events rather than truths. And then present moment awareness, practicing mindfulness to stay grounded in the present moment, which can help break the cycle of anxiety. And then comes the value clarification, identifying personal values and using them to guide actions, even in the presence of anxiety. So, committed action, taking concrete steps towards goals and values despite experiencing anxiety. And the success stories and testimonials. Okay, let us discuss about this. So, one individual struggled with severe social anxiety, avoiding social situations and feeling isolated through A.C.T. And they learn to accept their anxiety and not let it control their behavior. And by practicing mindfulness and cognitive diffusion, they began attending social events and gradually built confidence. And today they report feeling more connected and less controlled by their anxiety. So, generalized anxiety disorder, that is GAD. Another person with GAD found that their constant worry was debilitating. ACT helped them recognize that their worries were just thoughts and didn't have to dictate their actions. By focusing on values like family and health, they started engaging in meaningful activities. And despite their worries, they now feel more empowered and less overwhelmed by anxiety. So, now the panic disorder. Someone experiencing frequent panic disorders like learn through A.C.T to accept the physical sensation of panic without adding layers of fear. By using mindfulness and diffusion techniques, they reduce the frequency and intensity of panic attacks. They now feel more in control and less fearful of future attacks. These principles and success stories illustrate how A.C.T can be a powerful tool in managing anxiety disorders, helping individuals live a more fulfilling and value driven life despite their anxiety. I would like to share about the my patients, most of the patients, they have got a very good results after practicing all these exercises, mindfulness, ACT, CBT, and many practices, and they have got a very good results, and they are living a very good life, even the adults and the children's, all the age group people. And I hope you all like this video, and this will be very helpful. And if anyone really getting stopped in your life by this illness or anything else, and definitely you can start practicing this exercises. This will really help you a lot. And if any queries, please inbox us. We are all here to help you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.